And now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show, Samantha Newark. Hey, hello and welcome.
Hi, how are you guys?
We are fantastic. Before we get started, let me introduce my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
How do you do, Pinky?
Hello,
How do
Ron.
you think I would look with pink hair? I would
I
love
think
to do
you
it. I'm
look
crazy to do it.
fantastic.
How many people look at you and think you're weird or fab?
It goes both ways. If they don't know I'm Jem, they're like, I get all kinds of different reactions. The older folk think I'm crazy. The younger folk are like, oh my God, I love your hair.
No, I'm the older folk and I'm flipping over it. I friggin' love it. You look great. That's your own hair. That's not a wig.
It's not a wig, it's my own hair.
Cool. How do you get it pink? You got to bleach to white and then tint to.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. It's frying my hair. I may not be able to do it for much longer
Yeah,
because I don't have to wear a wig.
But you have to bleach all the way up to. I was a hairdresser. You have to bleach up to a high yellow, almost white.
Yeah.
In order to reverse it with the, you could rinse that. With white hair, you could get fancy flow rinses. You could do it green, blue.
But
I know.
you have to do pink because of Jim.
What's that got to do? Gems come in all colors.
No. He doesn't know what Jim is, so that's why.
No,
I'll
I don't.
explain it. Okay, so hang on.
I never researched my guests because I wanted to be fresh and new. Because we're unfiltered and uncensored and unscripted.
So here's what we're going to do. Before we talk about you and Jim, let me introduce you to the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Hey, Samantha from Florida. You look great.
Thanks, Chad. Nice to meet you online.
We love the hair. Love the hair.
Thank you so much.
And then we have a chat room full of people, so say hello to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, chat room full of people.
There you go. So everybody, if you don't know first of all, how do I pronounce your last name? Is it Newark? Did I do it right?
Yeah, it's Newark, like New Jersey.
There we go. Oh, listen to that. She's
Jersey. New Jersey.
So anybody who doesn't know who Samantha Newark is, although she's done lots and lots.
Let her tell us. That's why I
want
want her to tell us.
She's going to tell you.
She's so interesting looking.
Because you don't know who she is.
I
so
want to find out from her.
You're going to. Hang on.
You bore me.
So anybody who doesn't know who Samantha is, she's done lots of stuff, but one of the things she's extremely well known for is playing Jerrica/Jem in Jem and the Holograms, which was probably in the top 5 kids' cartoons, I don't know, of my lifetime, I would guess. What comes to mind to me is Jem and the Holograms and Johnny Quest are the two big ones for me. And, so she plays the lead, and she sings, and she's phenomenal. And that's why she's got pink hair, and she's got a huge resurgence right now because on October 23rd, Jem and the Holograms is coming out as a live-action major motion picture. Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much.
So
I'm excited.
Now, Ron, a little bit about Jem and the Holograms since he doesn't know anything about it.
Actually, I do know something about it, so there you go.
Okay.
Foiled. You're foiled. And I know they're making a movie now with it, with a character. I read it somewhere because they're finding now that the cartoon films are grossing big
But
bucks.
it's not a cartoon. This is live action now.
It's live action.
Real movie
It's
cartoon.
live action.
Oh,
live action movie.
it's like a Rocky and remember Rocky?
Yeah, like Rocky and Bullwinkle, but
And
it'll be
Bullwinkle.
different because this is about a band.
So then we're going to see you.
No.
Yes, I have a
Actually.
secret cameo in it. They did write me a cameo, which
So
was
then
lovely.
your cartoon plays.
But it's a live action motion picture based it's a new interpretation of the cartoon in a live action genre.
And you're doing the voiceover.
No.
Of course, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money there if she was doing the voiceover.
She's got it. Okay, but
Yes.
okay.
Big bucks,
We're going to
mega
explain
bucks.
it better, Tim. Okay, so she was. How long did the cartoon run?
Well, we did 65 episodes,
Okay,
and then it was in heavy rotation for a million. It just kind of never went away.
Right, never went away.
It's always kind of been there.
Are you on the high channels on TV in the channels there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually on Discovery Kids channel. It's been on, which used to be the Hub. It's been airing for a couple of years now, but it's now Discovery Kids channel.
I've seen.
So.
Watch it.
Hang on. We have an echo or something.
I didn't.
Chad, how do we get rid of that echo?
Let's hear the echo.
Samantha, turn down your speakers if you would a little bit.
Oh, turn down my speakers?
Just a little bit.
I think we're getting a bounce back.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
didn't watch it, but I saw it because I even watched Mickey Mouse. I thought, my God, how wonderful they're doing these cartoons today. They're really like video games, and your cartoon is the same. They're really fabulous works.
it just never lost its magic. After all these years later, I mean, I'm meeting so many kids now, little kids,
Sure.
because their parents were the demographic for the original cartoon. So now it's on Netflix, and they're turning their little ones onto it. So I'm meeting these little kids that are falling in love with the show. So it stood the test of time.
So I want to know, like, what does it feel like to have like your own like doll? Like you have like there's like now there's going to be new Gem dolls, and they won't be you, but you had a whole history and series of Gem dolls. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's really, I mean, this whole Gem world is blown my mind. It really has. I mean, you obviously you show up for a million auditions. I've been in show business since I was a little kid, and you know, you hope that you do a job that resonates like this one has, and it just reached so many people. And I had no clue when I was doing the show that it was going out to like millions of homes, and you know,
You have a
that was
girl's
my voice.
you have a little girl's voice. I'm listening to you, and you're a perfect cartoon voice. Perfect. No, because you
Yes,
have a sweet voice. You know, I'm a rough, tough voice. And Jimmy's like a siren in New York when the fire department goes through. You know, like a loud screech that pierces your eardrums. But you have very sweet, girly. Yeah, I could see.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of teenage,
Sure.
you know, the teenage voices. I mean, I do have somewhat of a range, and I've gotten to. I'm originally from England, so I've been able to use my British accent for different projects and that type of thing.
You
But
sing?
yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter, but I didn't actually do the singing for Gem. That was all cast in New York before I even auditioned for the speaking roles, and they were matching the speaking voices to the singing voices. So even though I sing,
You do commercials, voiceover commercials,
oh yeah,
or you're not
oh,
allowed to.
no, I did tons of voiceover commercials and.
So then you made
radio.
a lot of money. Good for you.
Yeah, it's
No,
you
voice.
know,
You know,
it's up and down in this business, as you know. It's feast or famine for
my
sure.
good friend is Barbara Rosenblatt. You familiar with her name, the audio queen, Barbara
No,
Rosenblatt?
she was the first season of Orange Is the
Well,
New
not
Black.
bad. She's recorded over.
oh, gotcha. I need to get Netflix. I'm missing so much. I seriously am. All these
You
amazing
have to get it.
shows.
Yeah, you have to get it.
Yeah,
Have to
I'm
get-
canceling cable in December. I'm getting Netflix.
And get
So,
Roku also, so you could see our TV show.
yeah.
Also, though, like, do you have your action figures? Did you get a bunch of them when you were young?
You know, my dad and my mom, when I was doing the show, took me to Toys R Us, and they were like, "You need to get yourself a doll." My dad, always the businessman, was like, "This could be worth some money one day."
I bet it's worth a ton of money now.
They're starting to, yeah, the prices are kind of getting crazy because they're difficult to find, and now with the resurgence, you know, they're
Even more difficult to find.
searching for their dolls in their attics. Yeah, so I have one which I bought myself, and then I have dolls that fans have gifted me over the years, which is pretty incredible. I'm getting quite a lovely collection, even the new dolls, the Integrity dolls that came out. Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to look for a Gem doll and then send it to you signed because Jimmy collects dolls. He's got every superhero. I mean, a collection you would not believe.
That's incredible. I'm meeting a lot of people that have incredible
I'm
collections.
an action figure horror movie like fanatic, and I have
That is cool.
I have like real props from certain movies, you know, that were actually used in the movies, and I love that stuff. I just love it. I think it's so much fun. Like, a matter of fact, like 2 weeks ago, we had John Barrowman on, and he plays Captain Jack Harkness in Doctor Who, and he also plays the Dark Archer in the Arrow TV series. And then right after we had him on, we were antique shopping in Geneva, New York, and we went into an antique shop, and there was his action figure right there. So I'm gonna when we go to Palm Springs, see him so he can sign it, and that way I've got his action figure. So where do you're actually you're in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, I moved to Nash Vegas. I was in Los Angeles for a million years.
I love it. I've never heard of that. Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas,
That
yes.
is fabulous.
Because it has the glamour and I mean, it's got the entertainment industry here, and I didn't know if I could live here until I visited.
Gem, let me use it now.
Samantha. Gem is her character.
Oh, well, I'll call her anything. I'll call her beautiful, too. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Listen, beautiful. Are you, I forgot what it was.
Nash Vegas.
Are you in Nash Vegas now? I love
I'm
it.
in Nash Vegas. Yeah, I love it here.
How did it get that, Las Vegas and Nashville?
I don't know. So something that people call it. I think because it's got the entertainment industry here, so it's kind of got the rhinestones and the glitter and the Vegas kind of thing. But it's Nashville. It's awesome here. I thought it was a really small town, but it's a little big town, and it has that element of hip, slick, and cool that I like from LA. It's got that here, and it's a much easier place to live. It's not as
I heard it's
crazy.
very affordable also.
Yeah, the cost of living is
Go out
awesome.
to Hills. I was there like in 19, maybe 85, and it was,
It's changed a lot.
just about happening. Yeah. So was Vegas in 85, way different than it is now. It was
Yeah,
old hotels that had class and style, not like the hotels now that are just with baby carriages and shorts and flip-flops. You couldn't go in the lobby without a jacket.
Yeah, I missed that. I remember that going on airplanes. I used to fly a lot as a
Young to
kid.
remember that.
Yeah, and you got dressed up to fly.
Yeah, you got
I don't
dressed up.
do that anymore.
You're giving away your age because I thought you were like 25 years old. And now you're
Yeah,
talking like,
out on the internet now. I tried to keep it secret for a million years, and now I'm just, who cares anymore, you know?
because how
He
would
doesn't. He would never tell anybody his age before either. And now on the TV show for the last like 6 months, he tells people, and like nobody can believe it anyway. So it works good. You look fabulous, and you look
Thank
like you could be 25, so it
Do
doesn't matter
you-
how
do
old
Well,
you
I am
are.
a hologram, you know that.
Oh,
That's right.
Sam, do you know why I tell my age? The word is out in Hollywood that older men are so in demand now for film, and I'm an actor. And I thought at 75 years old, nobody's going to give me a part. Well, I can't be a love man.
75?
Yeah,
That's
75.
crazy.
It is
Okay,
crazy.
that just blew my mind. Yeah, see, you can't tell anymore. Age is just a number. It really is.
I had good genes. I had Calvin Klein's.
Nice.
So I have a whole bunch of people in the chat room. They want to know if you can say something in a Gem voice. Can you do a Gem voice
Of
for
course
us?
you can.
Absolutely.
Say something
It
with
wasn't
Jimmy
much of a...
Star. Say something.
was that?
Say something that has to incorporate the Jimmy Star show. So that way we
Oh,
can
let me think.
It's a sound bite.
Jimmy Star, you are truly outrageous, and you know doing the right thing makes you a superstar.
I love her. You are
Because
so
Jen used to always have these PSA little, and I love this about the show because there was such a lovely moral compass. You know, it was teaching kids like in a soap opera, animated soap opera type format, you know, to do the right thing and to be a good person, and kindness was a virtue and not to be taken lightly, and I love that. I wish that there was more of that these days. So
you're
manners. They need to teach children manners.
So you're also
teach children manners.
Yeah,
Exactly.
wait, let me say something. You're adorable, you're beautiful, and before Jimmy goes, I hope you are either married or seeing somebody super terrific and wonderful.
I'm looking for my Nashville cowboy, so songwriter slash, you know, has to be able to speak my music language for sure.
And you will find him. Look how cute you are. Sweet. No idea that you were more than in your 20s.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, really.
You know, yeah,
You're
it's
looking
all
good.
right.
Talk about jeans. Whose jeans are yours?
My,
Calvin Klein.
my mom and dad had nothing to do with it.
Right.
So I want to like bring up a couple because you've had a great career. We're also going to play a song in a minute for everybody to hear one of your new songs. But one of the things that out of your whole career, first of all, we'll tell everybody that you starred in the campy horror flick Summer Camp Nightmare with Chuck Connors because Ron used to have a show in L.A. called Set the Record Straight, and it was all the legends of Hollywood. So he knows all those older Hollywood like people who've been in tons of movies.
When Chuck Connors was doing Rifleman, he had a party at his home on Coldwater Canyon in Beverly Hills, which is one of the most beautiful, streets coming down from the hills if you're familiar with it. And the thing I was impressed, I didn't really get to talk to Chuck much because there was a couple hundred people there. It was one of these publicity things for his TV show. But all I remember was he had to be 8'9".
Yes,
Thin,
he was 6'6". He was so tall.
Thin, and the most chiseled face I've seen ever. The
Movie star.
features were cut, and his lip, he was really a beautiful man in person, far more than on the screen. He was very charming and very polite to everybody. He stood there smiling all the time. He was a lovely host.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say about Chuck Connors. But I remember my sister madly in love with him, And when I told her that I went to this party at Chuck Connors' house, she said, "No, I really hate you. You got the beautiful legs, you got the long eyelashes, and you got to be with Chuck Connors, and I don't have any of those things, and I hate you more."
Not fair.
Yeah.
He was lovely. I really enjoyed getting to meet him.
You know what I did? I did go up to Chuck, and I explained to Chuck that my sister's one of these housewives that sit home and fantasize about you. I said, "Would you be so nice as to write me something to Anita?" And he did. He wrote, "Dear Anita, your brother's spoken of you. Perhaps one day we will meet too." and he signed it Chuck with a star, with a heart rather. My sister got it. She said, you know, because she was married to a documentary movie producer, so she's met many celebrities also. She said, you know, I really don't give a crap about half the people I meet. Oh, but Chuck Connors, and she was melting on the letter. So,
I bet that made her day.
yeah. So
Did she frame it?
how did you feel about working with Chuck? Because he was quite a sexy guy.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely in his older years when I worked with him. But he was lovely. He was super professional, obviously, and I was just kind of cutting my teeth in the on-camera world, and he was just lovely. What a cool opportunity to work with him. The movie was not so great.
The movie.
But he was awesome. It was called Summer Camp Nightmare. It was based loosely on the Lord of the Flies.
So Chuck
It was originally called the Butterfly Revolution, and yeah, and he played a camp counselor that was very stoic, and you know, and he locked him up and threw away the key basically, and ran right through the.
That had to be in his later years, definitely,
Yeah.
because he was hot property once. I mean, really big, you know, major star.
So real quick, because I want to like get off of Jim a little bit and talk about some of the other things that you're doing, but we have someone in the chat room. It's actually Rebel. She hosts a bunch of shows on the radio station, and I guess she's a huge Jim fan.
Hey, Rebel. What a cool name.
Yeah, Rebel. So she wants to know, number one, do you have like the star earrings that light up? Do you have your own pair? And have you ever had any outfits made like for you so you would have them to wear out? And do you ever do the Jim makeup to go out?
Well, I'm trying to remember all that. Well, you know, there are a lot of fake gem star earrings out there, but I have the real ones. Yes.
There you go. Okay.
And I've never dressed up in the full cosplay gem because the gem cosplayers that I meet at conventions are just unbelievable. They're amazing. So I don't even try to go down that road. But the closest I've gotten to it is doing my hair pink, and sometimes I will bring out my real earrings. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love it.
And when I did the makeup one time, I sang somewhere and got talked into doing the makeup with the pink hair.
Okay. So
Jimmy and I do a lot of conventions, and we're going next year to, what is it, Comic-Con?
Oh, yeah. She was at Comic-Con. Were you just at the last Comic-Con?
Yeah, I was just at San Diego Comic-Con.
So
yeah.
How about the New York Comic-Con?
I might go this year. Hasbro's chatting with me about it. I'm not sure. Nothing's set yet, but I'm starting to get kind of crazy busy doing the convention world too. I'm going to Long Beach Comic-Con next weekend.
I want a picture next year. I'll do my hair pink.
I would love that. Yes.
I'll put a pink rinse in my hair, and I promise you, I'll stand next to you and give you a big hug, and it will be the Pinkettes. We could be the Pinkettes.
Okay, you guys. So then here's what we're gonna do. So also though, you voiced, because I'm a big Transformers fan, even though like not the cartoon as much as the movies, but you voiced several characters in the Transformers cartoons.
I did. Yeah, the original. Generation 1.
Right.
I was the first female Autobot. She's pink. What is it with
Awesome.
pink?
Yeah, what's
it's
up?
all about pink. Yeah, her name's Ariel, and she was Orion Pax's girlfriend, and he transforms into Optimus Prime, and my character transforms into Elita 1,
I have a bunch
which actually was the voice of Synergy and Gem.
Okay, I have actually a bunch of like Transformers toys too. And then you were also Peter Pan's mother in Steven Spielberg's Hook.
Yes,
Voice of Peter Pan's mother. So like.
The voice. Okay. Because my favorite of all cartoons or all of Disney's. No, Disney did that. Yeah.
Disney
is Peter Pan. I love the story. I love the original one, the cartoon. We can fly.
Yeah, Hook was wonderful.
Captain Hook.
I didn't get to meet Robin Williams. The scene was when Robin Williams is remembering that he's Peter Pan.
Right.
And I'm the voice of his mother with the British accent that is the voiceover.
Let's hear you talking British.
Oh, of course, very fine schools indeed. First he will attend Whitehall and then Oxford, and after that he will prepare for a judgeship in the highest court. Yeah, I used to get my butt kicked in school for speaking like that when I was 10. It was not cool to have an English accent.
They were just jealous. They were jealous because they were lucky they could speak English.
It would have been cool in high school, but I was definitely bullied as a
You're
kid.
Delightful. You're interesting. You're up. You're happy. You're positive.
So
I love everything about you. I'm glad you're on our show.
So then you've had music in games and movies and TV shows, and they're really good TV. Some of these TV shows, Smallville, Gossip Girl, and Ellen, those are like really big ones. I left off the Kardashian one because I'm not a huge Kardashian fan anyway. But what I thought we would do is play one of your songs. You stay on the line with us. Then when we come back, we'll play it for everybody to hear it. And then to also talk about your audiobook that you have coming out, because that to me is a big deal.
Thank you. Yeah.
Big deal. Yeah, I don't know if you know that, but we're married. We're an actual married couple. So like this audio.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're married.
Recently married?
2 years ago.
Congratulations.
Yay. So I love this audio book that we're going to talk about.
I do too.
When we come back. So
I mean, Sam, did you think a straight guy's going to do his hair pink to stand next to you for a picture?
Hey, it takes all. I've met straight boys.
Clue. That was
gym fans with pink hair. So.
But a clue.
So first of all, the song we're going to play is Lover. Chad, do you have the song?
Hi, Captain.
Okay, so why don't you tell us something about the song and then introduce it for us, and we're going to play it. You hang on the line so everybody can listen to it, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay, so this is from my second solo album, and it's kind of dance, pop, electronica vibe, and I wrote it, and it's produced by Dave Polich, a friend of mine in Los Angeles, and it's called Lover.
That's good. Let's listen. Okay.
Yeah, let's go the ride. Everybody.
Now, you and I have our own Academy Award that we give out, and it's called Jimmy Put It in the Car. And you just won the Put It in the Car award. In our car, and when we travel, we play all of our friends' music that we love. That song is so my kind of music, my day. I loved it. It was a delightful song. And the chat room, they all like you, girls, which means you're not threatening to women and you're certainly joyous to men. I love it. It's a great
That's a huge
song.
compliment.
Everybody in the chat room, don't you agree?
Absolutely.
It was up. It was sweet. Jimmy, what do you
So
think?
I think it's fantastic, and I think like how do people find your music? Like let's do a little sales pitch here. How, if they want to buy your music, where do we go?
Yeah, I mean, the easiest place to find me is SamanthaNewark.com. I've got my album up there. It's also on iTunes and, a million other places that you can buy music online. But if you go to my store, I can send you a hard copy and autograph it for you.
There you go. So if you guys want an autograph copy, how many albums do you actually have out?
I've got 2 solo albums. I'm working on a 3rd. I've got tons of new material. I'm just like going a bit crazy. I want to get something new out there. So
okay, so everybody go to SamanthaNewark.com, and also you guys, if you want to follow her on Twitter, she's at Samantha Newark on Twitter.
I bet that's a great club song. Do they call it club anymore? No, they call it something else
now. EDM or dance
music.
Yeah,
it's a great club. I would like to dance at that at a club. It's like you could sway.
He was ready to dance. Okay, so everybody
check it out. I love your dog, by the way.
Yeah, this is Shazam.
What's
his name?
Him, Shazam.
Shazam, like the super.
Shazam! Hi, Shazam!
Rescued him. He was 2 days from being put down, and we rescued him. And he's the most wonderful dog in the world. And I suggest everybody.
So grateful.
I suggest to he just kissed me. Everybody should rescue a dog. They're
the only way to get them.
Bulldogs. They're grateful. They know that they were in.
They know. They do.
They love you twice as much as a store-bought dog. Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? He's a Brazilian Mastiff.
I love with him. He's
beautiful.
122 pounds. Brazilian
He's
Mastiff.
huge.
So let's go on to the next thing that you've got going on, and we'll let Shazam sit here with us. So you're doing the voice in an audio book.
Yes.
The name of the audio book I wrote down is Squares Air Pair. Is that right?
Yes, Squares Air Pair. It's created by Jace Peoples. He's actually a reporter for The Advocate, and he wrote this beautiful LGBT-themed children's story. And it rhymes, and he asked me to do the audiobook portion of it. And I'm just in love with it. It's so beautiful. They had a Kickstarter campaign, and it got fully funded. So it's in print. They have this amazing Disney artist that's doing all the illustration. And it's not just for the LGBT community. I mean, it really speaks to, tolerance of diversity and whatever it looks like.
What I actually
just being human and civilized.
What I actually wrote down is Squares Air Pair. It's an upcoming children's book by Jace Peoples and illustrated by Christine Knopp, and that hopes to teach young kids about celebrating the diversity of couples in a community. So basically, it's like for everybody. Like you're gonna have gay people, straight people, black people, white people, everybody in a community.
Exactly. Families are, they're multifaceted. They don't. There's everything from traditional to non-traditional, and I think Jace, his mother was a librarian, and he was always looking for something that spoke to, to him. And anyway, it's beautiful, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
I love it, and I think it's really cool that you're participating in it, and it's such a cool way to give back to the community and the world, actually. So and since we're a gay couple, and it kind of we're one of those couples that would be in your community. To me, I just think it's a really cool thing. And
to have, if you're adopting kids, I know a lot of people are 2 friends of mine are trying to adopt, and it's just a beautiful book for them when they do, and it's just a lovely story.
Yeah, I love it. So congratulations.
I love the whole concept. The idea is terrific. We need more of that stuff, more positive stuff in the world.
Absolutely.
You seem to be a busy girl, and I'm very glad. You're like a superstar in so many different areas. How does that feel?
I'm so grateful to Gem. I swear, it's like the show that keeps on giving all these years later. I didn't get to meet the fans. There was no social media when I was doing Gem, so I really didn't have the concept of the levity of how many people were growing up with the show. And now I'm starting to experience it when I go to pop culture events, like Comic Cons, and I get to meet these grown-up kids that grew up with Gem.
Which is so cool, because I love going to conventions, and that's how when I first started the show 5 years ago. Ron's been on the show for 3 years, but I started it 5 years ago, and that's how I actually would go and meet celebrities to get on the show. I would go to conventions, and
it's a great way to do it.
And I would meet them and talk with them, and then get them on the show. And it's just been a cool evolution, and we have so much fun. We've been to several of them.
Which one are you going to next?
I don't know what we're going to next.
Probably New York, but that I think we can't get in New York. I don't think it's October.
That's a crazy one. I think that's almost overtaking San Diego.
New York one.
It's become so huge.
We wanted to go as media, which we always go, and that's a comp ticket. and they said that they sold out all their comp media tickets a year
We
ago.
waited too late because I didn't
year
know
ago.
about it, so like we couldn't get in.
And
so
also, we're going to be in Georgia with Jimmy's R&B show. That was
Oh, wow.
big R&B. So we're really out of town mostly.
actually, like I have all kinds of interesting things for you because you know, like we're sponsored by the Spectrum Music Group, and I run the urban and pop divisions of that, and it's the largest indie record label in the world. And I also
saw that on the website, yeah.
I also have Beacon Audiobooks, which is an audiobook company that we record audiobooks for. So, like, I'll send you some information because maybe, like, when you're not real busy, you can record some audiobooks.
I would love, I've always wanted to get into that, and yeah, that would be incredible.
Business. Yeah, it's a great business. It's just
I
really
love
cool.
it.
And just the fact that, like, you're so cool. I'm so happy that you're, like, cool because,
Well, she's happy. She made me happy because I was kind of miserable this morning. I had a rotten day start. And our first guest was funny and nice, but you just sort of, shot me up with some pink happy.
Aw, well then I've done my job. That makes me feel
you're
good.
lovely company to be, and like if we had lunch, I would just be quiet, and
if you
I
come-
never stop talking. So
Come
you're
to Pennsylvania
delightful.
for any cons, too. Let us know, like, because we travel around a lot. So, like, we're definitely going to meet you one of these days.
We'll be in Palm
I
Springs
love
in the
that.
winter, and
I love
California and Florida, so we're all over. But no,
Like,
how many people
get
tell you? How
your
many people
website.
tell you you're delightful? How many times have you been called delightful? Truthfully.
Probably like 50 times a day.
I've been accused of smiling too much. And
No,
I'm like,
no,
that's-
don't. Those are jealous,
So-
evil people.
Yeah, I just like to go through my. I mean, obviously, I go up and down like any human being, but it makes me feel better too.
Chat room loves you. They're all carrying on about you. I don't see why.
Yeah,
you
I really relate to the gem archetype. She was very much the Pollyanna archetype, and people make fun of that, but the Pollyanna archetype is incredibly powerful because she would go into any completely chaotic situation and manage to transform it and enroll people in getting along. And so I've always, kind of tried to live my life like that.
I think
Especially
too,
together.
like you come. I mean, Gem and the Holograms is from a time when cartoons had like subliminal messages or whatever of like for people to do good and do the right thing and make the right choice and all that kind of stuff. In the world,
Yeah.
is like lacking that a little bit.
It really is. I mean, I watched the MTV Video Music Awards, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm really glad I don't have children." 'Cause
Absolutely.
it freaked me out. It really did. It's gone way in this whole other direction that I don't even understand anymore.
Those paintings behind you, the
That's Gem.
watercolors. I know those.
Yeah, these are
Oh.
incredible. This is artwork that Gem fans have
Watercolor
painted for
poster
me.
paint.
Fans,
Oil?
fans have sent it to her.
Oh, but what,
Yeah,
that's
fans-
what it is.
some-
Is it poster paint, oil, or watercolor?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. These are just a couple of. I've been gifted. Like I go to these shows and
Sure.
fans bring me things, and I have to figure out how to get them home in my suitcase. It's pretty awesome.
So how many conventions have you actually done?
I haven't done a whole lot. It's been spread out, I guess, over a few years.
I bet you're going to
but
do a lot now that the
I
movie.
hope so. I'm pretty booked for them. I think I've got like 7 or 8 coming up.
There you go. Good for you.
Yeah. So it's awesome. I mean, just to get to see the world and then meet the Gem fans, I have to pinch myself sometimes. I'm like, wow,
Now,
this is my life. This is pretty awesome.
we have to do a little personal stuff because we have
Only have 3 minutes.
we have nosy people in our chat room. They want to know things like what kind of a guy is it you're looking for? Description.
Somebody honest with integrity, somebody with a great sense of humor, somebody kind, somebody that's a grown-up, and somebody that hopefully speaks my music language. I've always imagined myself with somebody that maybe is a producer or, somebody that understands the business. Because it is such a wackadoodle world.
Yeah. So
And,
if I were 30 years younger and straight, I would have been the one.
You're so handsome. Devastating.
But since I'm not, we'll have to find you somebody. Oh, I'm sure you have plenty of guys hitting on you all the time, right?
Yeah, I do. It's funny. There's the Gem community is there's a huge gay following, obviously, for Gem, but there's a big straight following as well.
So you
with
get
the
a lot.
straight
You get a lot of gay ladies hitting on you too.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I'm flattered wherever it comes
Of
from.
course.
Actually,
Of course.
I went on YouTube and was looking at all the different gem videos and fan videos that people have put up and stuff like that, and I was really surprised how young a lot of the people were, saying that, you know, my parents turned me on to Gem, and they're like young, like 12 and 14 and stuff, saying that they can't wait till he's coming out and the cartoons are so great. And so I think
and the
that
comic books,
it's
just, the demographic has just exploded now. It's all over the map.
So have you been able to see the movie? Did you get to see it yet?
I did. I finally got to see it. I had a lovely experience a couple of weeks ago. I got whisked off to Los Angeles, first class, man. It was great. Universal and John Chu, the director of the Gem movie, flew me out there, and I got to see a private screening of it with Britta Phillips, the singing voice, and Christy Marks, who created Gem. And we were treated to lunch. It was just fantastic. And there was a huge backlash when the trailer came out for the movie. Yeah. The original fan base flipped out. But I loved the movie. I absolutely loved it.
Because the trailer is different. Because it's a little bit different than the cartoon.
Yeah, there are things that they have changed, but the trailer honestly does not do the film justice. And so
good.
Watching the trailer again and having had seen the movie, I'm like, you know,
I
understand it.
I can't wait to go see it. I love those movies.
I'll definitely see it also. I love the cartoons.
Okay, so
it really captured the heart of Gem, which was what I was most concerned of. I wanted it needed to have that sweetness and the sisterhood and that.
I have
to
say about that too is that I'm super like excited that Juliet. I love Juliet Lewis and she's in it, and there's a cameo by Molly Ringwald. And believe it or not, like Ron is big into like Jane Russell and all the the superstars.
Yes,
for me, it's Molly Ringwald. The fact that like I love Molly Ringwald so much, it's not even funny.
But Jimmy, you can't compare Molly Ringwald.
I know you can't compare them, but that's
Jane
yours
Russell.
and this is mine. I know, but
yeah,
so like, the fact that Molly Ringwald,
too, you know,
the fact
the Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink. Oh my gosh.
So,
yeah.
She sings, you know. She has a little band.
She does.
Yes, and she's in Palm Springs a lot, and she sings in this gay club called Tropics.
I'm gonna go see her when we go there.
So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it.
I've always wanted to go see her sing. I've known that she's sung for a really long time, and
she sings
jazz standards.
To all of our viewers, if you want to see Molly, keep an eye on Palm Springs, the Tropics.
So
not the Tropics. I'm sorry,
the Copa,
not the Tropics.
Here's what we got to do, you guys. Everybody, make sure you go see the new Gem movie. Buy Samantha's music. Go to SamanthaNewark.com. Follow her on Twitter at Samantha Newark. We're out of time. We want to thank you. We want to thank Willie Callahan for setting this interview up.
Yay, Willie!
Willie through Joya.
He's my gay husband. By
there
the
you
way.
go, and he's also does a lot of stuff with Joya Bruno, and she's a really good friend of us and the show and me. And so we want to thank you for coming on the show. We want to thank Willie. Anytime you have anything to report, we'd love to have you back. We think you're just fabulous, and
you guys are awesome.
We want to thank you so much for coming on the Jimmy Star Show.
Good luck, and I love what you're doing with the book. Terrific.
Thank you. Thanks to all the Gem fans out there. Stay outrageous.
There you go. Thanks. Bye, Samantha.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Jimmy Star Show. We had